Hello, this is Mark Wildman of Wildman Athletica, and today we're going to talk about the side press, the standing side press. What we all know now is the basics of kettlebelling is swings and Turkish get-ups. In the time before that, we had snatches and side presses. The reason it was changed from snatch side press to swing Turkish get-up is because snatch side press is very hard and it will beat the crap out of people. They lowered the complexity requirements and they let people work on the kind of the half versions of both of those things. A swing is a half snatch. A Turkish get-up builds the mobility in your shoulder to be able to survive a side press. We have videos on snatches, we have videos on Turkish get-ups, we have videos on swings, so we're going to make a video on the side press so that people are doing the technique generally correct. So this goes into our pressing family. So we have our pure press where we do not use our legs at all. We lock our legs out, we squeeze our glutes, and we press with our body locked out. We have our push press where we use our legs to push the weight up. We have our thruster where we go all the way down. We do a full squat into a press. And we have a jerk where we have a double drop where we drop down, we push with our legs, we drop underneath it, and we catch with a locked out arm. Those are kind of applied to almost everything that you can do these movements with. A side press can be done with a barbell, it can be done with dumbbells, but it really helps to learn the technique first with a kettlebell because the way the kettlebell is loaded allows us to learn to move our shoulder in a very specific way because of the offset center of mass. So with our side press, we have our pure press and all the things that go straight up overhead, and now we're going to have a side press. Side press is where we're going to recruit our abs in order to help us lift up weights that we might not otherwise be able to lift. But when we're doing it in this, we're using it just to change the press entirely into a whole new type of press that turns us into a much abbier press. We are going to clean the weight up. We are going to point our feet generally straight ahead, or you will see people kick their feet like a high windmill. The side press is also in the press, high windmill, side press, bent press family. So what we're going to do is we are going to open our body up, dropping our elbow behind our weight, and we are going to start leaning away from the weight. Our hand is going to go up while our body goes down. We're going to stand up using our abs, rotate our body, bring the weight back down. What you're going to notice is this becomes a big circular movement. Swing it open, elbow behind the body, drop and press. Stand all the way up, rotate back to center, bring it down, elbow towards our belly button, drop the elbow behind the body, press, drive all the way up, rotate, bring the weight down. When we're doing this activity, we would like to do it the way that we do all of our presses in kettlebells, which is not with a barbell wrist. With a barbell wrist, we move our wrist around the barbell because the barbell is a fixed line. With a kettlebell, we can move the kettlebell around us so we can maintain this flat structural line. So when we're setting up for our kettlebell, we have our 3 points of contact. We got up here, we got down here, we got the 45 degrees across the handle, we have the kettlebell resting on the back of our arm. We have plenty of videos on this, watch all of them. When we open up, this line is still flat. As we press away, our forearm remains vertical. Where people tend to trip this up is they get to this position and they lose the vertical aspect of this arm and they collapse it on their shoulder. Important part, as we drop away, this stays vertical the entire time as we go through the range of motion of this press. We stand all the way up, we bring it down. When we swing open, that remains vertical. We do not want to collapse it and end up in this position and then have to try and do a tricep press and a press at the same time. This is one of those fantastic exercises that allows us to integrate a lot more strength and a lot more mobility. Martial artists will find this to be a very useful position if you've done, can't remember the name, the shoulder load, step in, go across. Kind of exactly the same load-in principle as you will see in some judo throws. I'm sure it's in other martial arts as well, but what you will do is you will find this, you're building that big hook, and then you're standing up with it. It's not exactly the same, but that is fine, and we don't want it to be exactly the same. But what we are doing is taking our single-sided press, which is already a pretty abby exercise, and we are now turning it into more rotation. We're putting it in more planes of motion. If we want to get more athletic, we need to start training in more planes of motion. There are 6 directions that we can move in: up, down, forward, back, left, right, and then we can rotate around all of those. As we're doing this exercise, before, a press was just going straight up and straight down. Now we are pitching our body forward and back while rotating. We call this yaw, right? As we press, we stand up, and we are doing both the yaw and the heave and the pitch all at the same time. This has been Mark Wildman of Wildman Athletica.